Disney Parks fans, sometimes called pixie dusters, cupcakers, and the like, have a civil war on their hands. Tom Corliss, the founder of WDW says that if you don't agree with him, well, you're not quote-unquote one of us, whatever that means. Today we'll tell you why D23 has left many in the Disney media struggling to force everybody around them to love what Disney is giving them. Hello, folks, and welcome aboard to the channel that continues to sing It's a Zippity-Doo-Dah Kind of Day. And yes, Mr. Bluebird is on our shoulder. As you click the like button, let's move on over to the world of Disney fans. It's a little bit cray-cray, but today we need to talk about the battle brewing amongst all of them. Ladies and gents, before we dive into this, I just got to say, Culture Casino, you were at D23 this year. Is that correct?
Yes.
You took in the sights, the sounds, and everything around you. Is that correct?
Yes, and I talked to Imagineers and cast members alike, so yes.
You hugged Mickey Mouse and had to be removed by security after it became just a little bit too much. Is that correct?
No, but that lady that hugs Peter Pan every day is kind of creepy.
She's not going to give up on that either. Okay, so we've got a little bit of a civil war between people who may or may not like us, Culture, and I'll give you an indication as to whether they like us. Culture, do you see this grayed out ability to respond or do anything with this tweet?
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to say that Theme Park Tribune is not in the fan category, but it's okay. Tom Corliss also probably has some opinions. Let's dive in though, and we're going to be kind. We're going to be nice. Nat, you hold us to that, okay? Don't let us be mean spirited. Is that okay?
I'm the most mean spirited of all of us, I think.
This is going to go great, ladies and gentlemen. All right, Theme Park Tribune says, let's be clear. Tom Corliss, who is the founder of WDW Tom Corliss isn't the gatekeeper of who is a Disney Parks fan. His arrogance here is unnecessary. Only the most important news of the day here. I think there's objectively a lot of fans to be excited about, or a lot of stuff for fans to be excited about from D23, but why exclude people who have no personal nostalgia for Dreamfinder or Disneyland People Mover? Okay, what is this about? What are they fighting about? Well, here's Tom Corliss. Here's what he had to say after D23. Culture, I'm going to come to you first because you were at D23, and let's discuss what Tom Corliss has to say.
If you are a Disney Parks fan and you could not find joy or happiness in, it doesn't have to be all four, it could be one of them. The Yeti at Everest being fixed, the return of Dreamfinder and a new, in some way, Journey into Imagination attraction, a new Tomorrowland for Disneyland, or Space Mountain, the original De la Terre à la Lune, from the Earth to the Moon, coming back in Paris. If not one of those four things speaks to you, and you were disappointed because none of those four things speak to you, you're not in this. You're not one of us. I'm sorry. You're not, because if you are a Disneyland fan, that Tomorrowland news should be earth-shattering. If you are a Walt Disney World fan, either the Yeti, if you're a little younger, the Yeti, if not Dreamfinder and Figment, should be tremendous news for you. And obviously, if you're a Disneyland Paris fan, you got what you always wanted, and I'm very happy for you guys. I'm so excited for you.
Okay. I think it is a little bit, it's a little bit on the strange side to say you're not one of us. That's always a strange thing to say, because nobody in their right mind wants to be one of us. Like we make fun of that because it's mockable, because you don't want to be a part of any group that's like one of us. Culture, you were at D23. You saw these things. Corliss says these are the four. Let's go back through them again real quick. Here's what he says. I'll pause it and we'll talk about it. Here we go.
The Yeti at Everest being...
Okay, Yeti at Everest. So they're going to fix the Disco Yeti at Expedition Everest. Culture, my opinion on this is it's 20 years past when it should have been done. So I'm like, good. You should have done this 20 years ago. Am I excited about it? I mean, it's overdue. I'm happy that they're doing it now, but this is the main part of the attraction. And for 20 years, it's been broken. So yeah, it's about time.
Yeah, especially since this promise was made by Joe Rohde at a D23 event back in 2013.
Yeah.
So it's been a minute. It's not like it hasn't been broken for a while. It's been broken for almost its entire existence. And it's been promised multiple times. And then, of course, Joe made the promise. Then he retired. So,
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just,
Next.
it's just, okay. So they promised it. But here's the problem. It's the context with which they made all these promises at the very end of at the parks presentation. They made them all in rapid succession with zero weight or evidence behind them. And I've seen this movie before. Disney is really good at showing us this same movie at these events every time. What's something we could get everybody super hyped about to talk about that might make them like our parks again? And so, I mean, I could find joy in if they actually did it. If I actually,
they'll do it by 2029. I think 2029 is when I was expecting Yeti to be done. Maybe I'm wrong.
I think they could, and I think we talked about that before. But I'll just say that there's a lot to this that makes me question this, because again, we've been promised they were going to fix Journey into Imagination with Figment.
You go to the next one. Here we go.
Fixed the return of Dreamfinder and a new, in some way, Journey into Imagination.
All right. You just brought up Journey into Imagination Culture. They're talking about that right here. This is number 2 that Tom Corliss says, if you don't like it, you're not a real Disney fan. Culture, I'm happy that they're bringing back, Dreamfinder. I'm happy that they're going to do a Figment, new, because it's an awful ride. But until I know what it is, it's hard for me to get excited. It's like, you got to tell me, okay, what is it you're doing? Like, what is it going to be? Is it going to be something interesting? Is it going to be something cheap?
And that's the problem, right? Is it's so vague. I mean, I'm sure, we've all been very tired out because, hey, we're bringing Dreamfinder back has been stated multiple times. Well, that's a walk around character. They don't bring the actual Dreamfinder.
They're going to do they're saying they're going to do a new ride. I want the details of the new ride before I get excited. That's all.
They cut the ride down by a third. The ride that's currently there in its third iteration which is currently a disaster with a farting Figment that I think is grody, which gives you the what was the name of this? Oh, it gives you the Stitch hot dog burp smell. I think people are tired of that. And again, I'm being straightforward. Like, I'm not a gatekeeper. I'm just going to say I can understand that people are still skeptical because they've been told so many things so many times and they've been under-delivered. Nat, I mean, what do you think? I'm curious.
Well, with the Yeti, I do kind of think it's now become its own thing. And I did kind of want it to stay that way, at least until I can go and see it not working first, which probably will be. But with the gatekeeping and the you're not a real fan, well, a lot of fans of the parks themselves have been burned for the longest time. Every time they promise something, or as you were talking about Epcot and the lights and the getting rid of the fountain to replace it with things that don't work. So being skeptical of what these new improvements and changes that they've been promising anyways are, I think is completely valid. And it actually maybe shows even more of a care for the parks and for the well-being of Disney itself, if you want it to be better than it has been up to now.
Nat, that's a really great point. If I were Disney right now, this is really funny, or at least I think it's funny. I think you've kind of given me an epiphany. If it's going to be 3 years before the Yeti is fixed, go put a giant disco suit on it just to really make this meme happen. Put a little disco ball in there for the next 3 years, that lets everybody know we get it. It's a meme and we're going to fix it and we're on the way. And that would be a great way to end this, is turn it literally into a disco Yeti for almost no cost for the next 3 years until they replace it. All right, here's the other two.
Fraction. A new Tomorrowland for Disneyland.
And hold here, Culture. I need to know what the new Tomorrowland is before I can be excited about the new Tomorrowland. It's just a poster. There's nothing. That's what some of these people don't understand is there's a skepticism. Like, tell us what it is. I can't get excited about a poster that is just like, well, we're going to do something. What are you going to do?
Well, and look, I mean, the only thing they have left at Tomorrowland that I think is of substantial value at Disneyland is Star Tours. So what, are you going to relocate Star Tours somewhere? I mean, you need to gut a lot of this area, and they destroyed the like another attraction that they had Journey into Imagination in favor of a queue for an attraction that's gone, the Rocket Rods, which used to be the People Mover. They can't bring back the People Mover, not easily anyway. They need massive structural repair. And they have a lot of aging things all concentrated in one area. They're going to bring back, some kind of rocket to Mars? Are we going to get, are we going to get restoration of the flight?
All these questions you're asking, that's why we're not excited.
Yeah.
Because we don't know what this is yet. I mean, it could be a balloon or it could be $1 billion redo with all kinds of... Who knows? Who knows? Last thing.
Space Mountain, the original De La Terre à la Lune, from the Earth to the Moon, coming back in Paris.
Okay, well, that is good. But most people, I dare say, are never going to ride that and never did ride it because most of the people at D23 in California, most of the people covering this, are not going to Disneyland Paris. I hate that. Disneyland Paris is wonderful. And one of our favorites out there, Eddie Sato, the legendary Imagineer who just passed away, had a lot to do with
especially
Disneyland
Main
Paris.
Street. Yeah,
especially Main Street. So, Nat, here's my thought on it. If people are just negative all the time, then I agree. They probably don't like the product, right? And we're not negative all the time. We don't do that. We try to call balls and strikes. Sometimes Disney gets it right. A lot of times lately they don't. But for example, X-Men 97 last year, I was shocked. It was good. Really good. We gave it a high score. This year, it's not good. We don't like it. Balls and strikes. This is very super simple how we do this. Nat, I don't like the idea of somebody coming out and saying, if you don't like what I like, you're not one of us. I don't even want to be part of one of us, whatever that is, Nat.
Exactly. And I think it's they're always having to be positive no matter what, but because it's also part of his business. So he has to kind of be, and not seeing the mistakes that Disney has done up to this point, especially with the parks, and not acknowledging that actually makes it so there's no actual real improvements, and not acknowledging that people are skeptical because of the precedent that Disney themselves have set is also not acknowledging that a lot of the die-hard fans that really, really like the parks or maybe would be really excited about this aren't so because of the mistakes that have been made up to now. So not acknowledging that and just saying everything is peaches and cream is a disservice, I would even say, to not just an audience, but also to the consumers that are supposed to be telling the market what is and isn't working.
Everything is awesome.
Yeah.
Culture, I'll give the one final example of Epcot. They showed all this pretty stuff, all these beautiful things, and Epcot is not what they promised. They're digging up the lights now because they don't work. And at the same time, I can say that the little lights that they put on Spaceship Earth turned out to be a pretty good addition. And Cosmic Rewind is a great attraction, even if I don't think it fits Epcot very well. It's still a great attraction for the park. So Culture, I think we can have nuanced positions without telling people either agree or you're kicked out of whatever club we invent.
Yeah, no, I think, look, I can go around and praise various elements of Epcot, even those that have been recently changed, including Cosmic Rewind. And I will agree with you and say that seems a bit out of place. But again, Iger is the IP park guy. He's not the theme park guy. But at the same time, Spaceship Earth's external redressing is gorgeous. I mean, it can do a lot of amazing things, and it looks spectacular in the evenings. They can even put a nice flag up there without the benefits of the projection systems that used to be required. So I really enjoy that element. But at the same time, I mean, they're talking about redoing Epcot some more, not just Journey into Imagination, but the Spaceship Earth itself. We didn't get any of the things that we were promised before, which was a descent in that attraction. It's the overall situation, balls and strikes. We've been promised a lot. We've never been given it. And I think that's where people are at. They've heard for a long time, you're going to get these things, and then they don't get them.
And I think Epic Universe did do that. And that's another part of this is that, Culture, I'm going to disagree with you, actually. The last time Disney actually fulfilled or exceeded the expectations was Pandora in Animal Kingdom. But that's been a long time, and that team left and joined Epic. So that's why, since then, people have said,
Can I ask you a question?
No.
Okay.
I changed my mind. Go ahead.
Why do we consider something a land when it only has 2 attractions? Why is that quote unquote a land?
Well, I mean, because in the case of Pandora, it's definitely more of a land than like Liberty Square is. So it's immersive. You're in there. It has a certain size to it. So I'm not going to say that Pandora. I will tell you, I think that it should have a third attraction in there.
But it was slated to have one, and up and back.
I know. And behind
that was extraordinary. Yeah,
behind Rainforest Cafe. I know. All right, but folks, that's where we'll leave it today. You tell us. Do you have to agree with Tom Corliss to be a Disney Parks fan? Does he get to set the standard here? Nat says nay. Culture says nay. I say, you know what, Tom? Because I'm supposed to be kind and good, and I will be. I think Tom just chose the wrong phrase. I think he just slipped up and said something a little bizarre. But folks, you in the comments, let us know what you have to say. Well, you've made it to the end of the video, and that means you are a true pal of Pro. Thank you so much for watching the entire thing, ladies and gentlemen. And we ask that you consider clicking that like button. Drop a comment down below. Let us know your thoughts. And remember, folks, we've got more content yet on the way. The drive-bys can't handle what we have to say. But we never stop, not for a minute, because we want to win it for you. Until the next time, keep learning, keep growing, and as always, keep having fun.